Mic check. All right. If you go on the community wall post, you can follow along. So you've got a visual reference. I've put up the situation with all show notes, although for the Southport situation that happened, unfortunately, over a year ago now in the UK, you know, with the stabby stuff at the workshop with the children that had the themed Taylor Swift stuff going on. My camera roll and YouTube's community wall post, it was showing me something different with the what should it be next. So I'm looking at my gallery and I'm looking, you know, for what pictures to put next, whatever. And it's like, okay, how am I not seeing the correct one that comes after whatever slide or screenshot? But when I go back, I can see that's the correct way that way. But when I was there for like 5, nearly 10 minutes. I'm like, okay, do you know what? I'm done. Let me just start my transmission because uno too long with them one another and them la 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 and wah 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 wah. No, I'm only joking. But anywho, shout out to everybody. Welcome to today's transmission. We're going to look at US rapper Cameron by the numbers shooting that happened in 2005. If you know the old school rapper who's still about, Cameron. So we're going to look at his shooting. As I said, I've got these show notes on the community wall post so you can have a visual reference. We're going to quickly go through Southport first, right? If you're not up to date with all my entries for Southport, be sure to go in the playlist section and go through my videos, you know, for the main part of it, so you can see what I've been putting out. Most part, it's all going to be all visual, so it's not just going to be audio. All right, so be sure to tap into that. You need that information, man, and just see how by the numbers that was, because there's some suspicious stuff going on. It's not always, you know, maybe like the train stuff that we covered yesterday or whatever it was with Anthony Williams, right? And but again, that was a date that we would have had circled because it's the same numerology every day that comes. So if it was whatever day it was on the 11th of whatever month, then the next month would be on the 10th, then the next month would be on the 9th, then the next one 8th, 7th, 654. So again, if you do get into this numerology stuff, and when you start seeing the days and you see all the different types of numerology, that goes with each day along with the life lesson. Don't be overwhelmed because you soon realize, oh shit, it's the same shit that you're seeing over and over again. All right. So just a quick little bit of, you know, word of advice, you know. But anywho, I'll quickly go with this first one, the one picture that I could put up. Then I'll go through my gallery and then we'll go through all the pictures in, you know, sequence with Cameron. So again, if you go on the community wall post, you can follow along so you have a visual reference. So then it's kind of like semi-interactive for you as well. You know what I mean? Pull the finger out, mate. You know what I mean? Fuck, you know, I can't do it all. You know what I mean? Many hands make light work. Thank you. So, again, for Southport, when it happened on a day with a life lesson of 44. I'm sure the road, it was like Hart Place Road. The facility was another Hart something, 44. Knife Man equals 44. It was a dance workshop. Workshop equals 44. You know, kill and execution 44. If I remember correctly, children equals 44. You know, he was stabbing and killing children. Fucking hell, man. Madness, man. Even when they, as I put out recently, so many months ago, near the beginning of the year, when they had the documentary, maybe I think it was for BBC, by the numbers, you know, unbelievable, but not surprising when you know the code. So again, if you go to the last post that I just put up with the one picture, because, you know, my camera roll and YouTube's camera roll was on a madness. But anywho, straight away, if you're up to speed, you know why I've put that picture up instantly without even reading it. Just look at the numbers. Just look at the numbers. Knife Man 37, update time 45 minutes past, knife 45 with a 45-second video. I mean, is this arbitrary? Is this random? Of course it's fucking not. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. There's a system in place here to keep you dumb and docile, Zombieland Variant. My goodness, these people are mocking. Look at the time, 37 minutes past. Update time, 45 minutes past, with a video with the length of 45 seconds. Again, Knife Man 37. 9:45. If you just joined, go on the community wall. I put today's show notes on the community wall so you can follow along. We're going to get to Rapper Cameron in a minute, but I'm just going to quickly go over Southport. There should be more slides there, but I was having problems with my camera roll, as I've explained probably for the third time now since we've just started today's transmission. So again, shout out to everybody. Hope you're doing good today. Of course, feel free, it's not hard to copy and share the link of the video. Thank you. Make yourselves useful. Chop, chop. Andale, yiba, yiba. You get me? Anywho, let's quickly look at some of the numbers I got for this, which you can't see, but all the camera and stuff for the rapper, as if you go to the post underneath the Southport one on the community wall post, you've got 9 slides for that. So we're going to go through all of those. I've marked them. I've put dots on certain numbers in numerology, so it's, you can follow along. You're not going to get lost in the midst of what I'm talking about. Yes, again, semi-interactive for you today. All right. Right. If I can find. Oh my God, I'm on the wrong one here. Hold up. Sorry, guys. Give me one moment here. If it feels like I'm taking too long and I'm getting lost in my own flipping gallery, we'll just continue with Cameron and come back to it, because I don't want to keep you guys waiting too long today. Nor do I want to be on like a long thing myself. Oh, there we go. Fan-fucking-tastic. Found you. Okie dokie. Right. And I know there's a big thing going on right now in the UK. It's viral. You got a Kidavelian ambush, talk of the town at the minute, right? It's a shame we can't get this to be a talk of the town. You know what I mean? Which should become standard common knowledge for every woman, man, and child, every podcaster, every content creator. Even if you're not that, you know what I mean? How is it not? Well, that's obviously rhetorical. We are in the land of the Zombieland Variant, with the handlers, the Freemasonic Jesuit scumbag order. So, give me a moment here, just getting me bearings. So yeah, apparently that they've got, the mum and the dad in the news yesterday talking about, their son, how basically they noticed some signs to do with his outburst, you could, have a random outburst and whatnot and stuff like that, right? Of course, we're talking about Alex. What was his last name? Rudakubana? What his name? Rubicon, like the drink? What his name? Rudakubana, right? And again, without his middle name, what is that? Magwanwa, however you say that. Anyway, Alex Rudakubana. I'm not going to go into it all, but if you go to my playlist, you'll understand why. It's interesting how we've got the 136 of his name and the relevance, how that goes back to, what's his name again? Jason Voorhees. You'll see the thumbnail. Yeah, I've put Jason Voorhees, yeah, and then you've got him, the Alex perpetrator scumbag for Southport. Oh, and Southport equals 44. I didn't say that earlier. Southport 44 as well, for another 44. There's about 20 significant 44s. Even the dance teacher's name equals 44 at the workshop. Again, workshop 44 with the life lesson, right, of the day, right? So 7 at 29, 2 at 0, 2 at 4 equals 29, yeah? Stabbing equals 29. I can't remember if stabbing right now equals 29, but stabbing equals 29. Either or. But anywho, whose birthday, the fictional character, whose birthday is 13th of June? Also, that day leaves, is that the day that leaves? Wait. Is it June 1st or 13th of June? I think it is 13th of June. Is it 13th of June? Yeah, because that's the same day as the Nottingham guy, right? Valdo Calacane or Calcarney. Remember that situation that I covered heavily? And how that tied into that book called Calacane? And on the book cover, you've got the syringe. And what's been happening since 2020 to keep people more dumb and docile? You can't go to work, travel, or, go and drink a beer and watch your game at the pub. Unless you have the stamp mark of the beast, because this all entails mark of the beast, digital ID, all the stuff that they're doing, right? Via the cyber attacks and keeping you dumb and docile. Go and get your jibber jab for the C19 stuff, yeah? So imagine. Remember, Valdo Calacane. Valdo, if you look up the meaning of Valdo, because that guy had 2 names. He was the guy that, with the Nottingham situation in the UK, he was the guy, if you don't know the story or can't remember, He was the one that was knocking back on MI5's door. And I'm saying, bro, why was he knocking on MI5's door? Did they maybe let him out from the MK Ultra underground facility where they probably had his eyelids peeled back with the water sprinkler system on that might sprinkle water on your eyeball every 10 minutes while they're showing you, a barrage of pictures and certain music and sounds? I don't know. I don't work there. I'm just saying. I know MK Ultra is a definite thing, and it's definitely a widespread thing concerning programs and the TV shows and streaming. Again, it's not called programs for nothing, yeah? It's not just computer program. No, they're programming your brain with the shows to keep you lulled asleep, dumb and docile, while they tell you simultaneously what they're doing to you and what's forthcoming. All right. Again, it's not Southport or what's it called? Simpsons. Oh, they forecast over a crystal ball. Oh, forecast. Oh, they knew Trump was going to be on the escalator wearing that suit. No, they're all worked together. Because they're all shit cunt bastards, right? Because they don't want you to know your power of what, who, and why you are. Once you remember, that's all zigzag, the W, right? It's not straight to understanding what you are. So once you can cut through the zigzag, what, why, where, when, then you begin to, that's why they want to keep us dumb and docile. Because if you wake up, they don't want too many people like me wandering around, do they? And I'm not saying I'm all of that or running at optimum. I'm just saying, yeah. So if you look up Valdo Calicane, right? Again, the guy had two names. Valdo, look up the name Valdo. It means rule, power, and govern. Hello, who likes rule, power, and govern? Remember, government means govern your mental. Who likes to play daddy? Yeah, and boy of the people in the most craziest fostering system known to man. Yeah. Anywho, and remember that day when the Nottingham situation happened, was it the year after? Because I said, oh yeah, look out for that day. And the guy's name, Sebastian Lanza, that had something in Finland. If you look up Finland stabbing, yeah, and write the name Sebastian Lanza, you will see his name. I think it was 136, right? And not only that, it happened on the day leaving 201 days of the year as of the 13th of June, because we know they love 201. Remember, 201 priests, or the Jesuit order priests that got preserved by Catherine the Great in Russia. Then they've got TV shows about this type of stuff, but because they don't, yeah? So imagine, I'm saying, look out for next year, because something probably going to happen on this day, just like how I said before, Nottingham, look out for something on that day, because 13th of June leaves 201 days of the year. And remember, Jason Voorhees, the fictional character who likes to stabby in all the horror films, pretty sure you know who Jason Voorhees is. When is his birthday? 13/6, go figure. So it is quite interesting, right? And then as I say, when they came out a couple of days after and said, he's a African migrant, and if you write out, or West African migrant, if you write that out, it equals 201. Oh my goodness. So as I say, when that day's coming up, I'm saying, look out for that day, boom, then you got Nottingham. Then I'm saying, well, look out for next year, and then they give you Sebastian Lanza in Finland stabbing up the children in the mall. Some, neo-Nazi bollocks, you know what I mean? But because the people like that, they're deep, fast asleep in their slumber. Anywho, back to Alex. So they said he was having random outbursts. Random equals 29. When did the situation happen again? So what was that? A random outburst on July 29th when he went and done a madness? Because it did happen July 29th, yeah? What is it, 2024? Because 2025 is rapidly finishing. We're about to get to 2026. Man, buckle up, Dorothy. Kansas is going bye-bye. It's been bye-bye from a long time. But these people don't want to really understand or be bothered to care about what clock has been striking for the longest time, right? Give me a moment here. I'm just quickly going in my, my slides that I couldn't put down there for you so you could see it. But anywho, 3 months and 7 days. So if you do the annual date from July 29th, again, it happened in 2024, you know, Southport. But if you do it for this year to this update that just came out, like, what, yesterday? What day we're on now? Yeah, my stepsister who passed away from self-deletion, that was yesterday. And then imagine my brother dies in basically November 9th, but the year after. Yeah, this is about, you know, over 10 years ago. I'm like, fuck, you know, what a year this has been. Brother dies via motorbike crash, just a self-deletion. All right, fucking hell. Same month, within a week of each other. A year apart. Fucking long. But, you know, when you got fucking, how would I say? She had some loan shark stuff going on, something like that, man. So maybe it was just too much for her brain, you know what I mean? And obviously the whole rat race and just doing all of this, you know, rigmarole and all the fuckery, you know, cost of living, whatever the case may be. So I'm saying, man, so you should check in on people sometimes, you know, just because people might be smiling and you might not even have a clue what I'm going, but just because somebody's smiling, it don't mean say everything's sexy and nice, you know what I mean? So, you know. But yeah, man, and just because somebody self-deletes doesn't mean that they was weak. Anybody that says that, I mean, you're just dumb to begin with. Anywho, so 3 months and 7 days. If you do it on the annual from the 29th of July to yesterday on the 5th, right? Oh, and just talking about the 5th, remember when in the height of COVID, probably in 2021 or 2020 or 2021, whatever, you know, we're putting out videos saying, boy, they're going to do something in October because, you know, Corona equals 33, police people, order society, masonry, order, whatever, 33. And we were saying October, they're going to do certain stuff, which they always did because October is the only month that equals to 33. Then we was already forecasting, oh, they're probably going to do something, you know, November 5th with 56 days left of the year because coronavirus equals 56. Then they're implementing more lockdowns and all this type of stuff. But because you lot are sleeping, you only got time to fight for toilet roll, which was never, there was no drought of toilet roll, idiot. These times, mind control and toilet paper equals 56, just like coronavirus. Anthony Fauci equals 56. There's a long list of significant 56s. Just like the Jesuit order, their other name is Society of Jesus. Society of Jesus equals 56. Again. Mind control and toilet paper equals 56. I mean, come on. It's actually a full house. Forward and backwards of the alphabet and the rules of numerology with the alphabet is a full house. Perfect overlay. And those, and the same with royal family. So royal family, remember they're the same ones that are going to send your kids off to war. Oh, we want you. You know, the picture with the guy pointing and all that type of stuff. Yeah. Yeah. So think about it. It's all mind control. And then obviously, you know, the Queen, and they like to play God of You. She's born in 1926 when that scumbag satanic creature was alive. Queen Elizabeth, she's born in 1926. God equals 26. Remember on American money, it says in God we trust. Remember, bank equals 26, on dollar equals 26. Man created on the 26th verse of the Bible, Adam equals 26. Bones, anatomy, graven, graveyard, etc. Probably, I think, temple and church as well. Equals 26. When did she get a Jubilee and the other one? What was it? Jubilee and what was the other one? Is it coronation? Jubilee and coronation, something like that. One's 2nd of June, so 2/6, and then the other one is February 6. Yeah. So if you look it up, the Queen, you'll see. Again, God equals 26. Yeah. It's not arbitrary how she had her reign or how she got, you know, departed on the day she departed. Again, 67 days before her crusty creature, satanic son, Prince, who's now the King Charles. Again, King equals 67, Freemasonry 67. So from when she dies to his crusty birthday on November 14th. Unbelievable. But because they like sleep, I can see the Z's out their head. If I just look out the window right now, I see them walking up and down, but I can see Z's coming out their head side. Because them like sleep and them one another. Anywho, I can only do and say so much, and do so much. I'm not here to, you know, oh, believe me, listen to me. No, I'm talking truth. I don't care. I'm just saying what I see. If anybody's there to bear witness and hail me up and put out the good word, fantastic. Otherwise, don't care. I don't care if it burns or if you wake up. If the system burns and crumbles to the ground, or I don't care. I've had enough of caring. That stopped a long time ago because you lot are long. So yeah, it's 3 months and 7 days. If you do it on the annual from Southport, but do it for 2025, again, it happened in 2024. If you do it from, of course, the July 29th, 2025 to yesterday, with this update in the news with the parents talking about their son Alex with the signs that they noticed, you know, before he went on a random outburst, so to speak. Again, random equals 29. It happened on July 29th. Again, stabbing equals 29. But anywho, 3 months and 7 days. Knife man equals 37. Unbelievable. But not surprising when you know the code. Again, there's a code playing out. Right? You know, like people's predisposition. You know what I mean? But is there something amplifying? So again, if you took away how the system erect works, and all the poison in the sky, the poison in the food, all the subliminal bollocks that they give you in the TV shows and music videos and music songs, whatever, how much of any, you know, preying on children, depravity, nasty shit, Southport, how much of any of this is going to be going on? Next to none. Think about what I'm saying to you. There's not going to be no, oh, ambushes running off to kill a Freddy down the street. How much of any of this is going on? None. Next to none. Once in a blue fucking moon, man. Get it? Easy to see. Easy to see. Because remember, you got will of your you know, like what's it, like self-will, right? Like you're not like, you know, governed like how the animals are governed. Oh, they have to run into a hibernation. Well, I've got to take that pollen to that other flower over there. No, you can be like, oh, I ain't taking no pollen today. I'm trying hibernating today. Fuck it, I'm going on a bender. I'm going to be up for 2 nights. You know what I mean? I'm also in my pastimes, to be fair. You know what I mean? Fucking hell, mate. Used to get proper on it, man. Shout out to the crew back in time. Fucking hell, remember the days, bro. But my point is, you know, you got the free will. That's the term. Free will, right? You got free will. So obviously, just because of how, you know, when you're born, where the sun and moon are, celestial bodies, the house, you know, zodiac stuff, it doesn't always mean, my point is alchemy. Yeah, you can transmute your shit through the power of your mind. You don't have to be fully subject to and bound to what's kind of been set up and polarized for you. Does that have to be fully your destiny? Or can you, you know, you can have, you know what I mean? Like more than a desire to have the ability to change that. So all these type of things, that's what I don't teach you. Again, causality, thought to manifestation, causality, law of attraction. Again, as I used to say a long time ago in my transmissions, you went to elementary school, but they didn't teach you much about the elements and your effect. And you know, and your mind power on the elements. That's my point. All right. Right. Also, yesterday I had a life lesson at 25, so it was a, you know, perfect day for them to bring out this story because, of course, time, death, and RIP equals 25. So again, yesterday's life lesson, 5th of November, 11 at 5, 2 at 0, 2 at 5 equals 25. Again, if you missed yesterday's stream, was it yesterday's stream or the day before? Be sure to catch that stream. Somebody actually joined the stream. We had a great convo at the end. So, you know, you're probably going to want to hear that. And if you just joined the stream, go on the community wall post because you've got visual references today. I have done that before in the past and I forgot to mention it in the last transmission. So again, if you're new here, you may catch videos and I say, oh, if you go on the community wall post, but of course, if you're new here, then obviously, you know, through time, you know, we're gonna have to do some finger scrolls to catch, you know, what I posted. Now, if you do it, oh, sorry, the other duration that we've got here, right? Oh, sorry, let me do the numerology. So you've got the 25 that I spoke about for the life lesson. You've also got a numerology of 61. Mental health, 61, of course, you know, you would have mental health concerning this individual with his dirty head and dirty more foolish dryad boy about his going in there, juking up your little you there. Like, what are you doing? And that's how you know it's just a madness. With all the variables, shit food, crazy computer games, oh, I'm on Call of Duty, you know what I mean? I'm GTAing. Okay, you're GTAing. And then 2-2s, they don't live vicariously because their head's so fucked up with all the crazy food and shit that they're eating and whatever else that they think that they thought or no. You know, 2-2s, you know, other shit's taken over them, man, in their mind. You know what I mean? Unfortunately. So 14 weeks and 2 days. So if I include the end date, remember we spoke about 3 months and 7 days. If I include the end date, it will be 3 months and 8 days. So again, words like stabbing and stab wound, found dead, killing, collapse, delete, destroy, etc. equal 38, right? Also, the alternative span is 14 weeks and 2 days. Stabbing equals 142. Again, that will be a type of terrorism, what was doing, just like the guy on the train yesterday, as we mentioned, right? Anthony Williams. And as we just mentioned about COVID, coronavirus equals 142. So how fitting, you know, that's a government situation, yeah, on purpose, right? You can even watch flipping, go on YouTube, type in Event 201. Again, the actual, the channel that should come up, or one of them you'll find, what is it, Central Security of Health, right? So basically that's Billy Boy, right? William Gates. William Henry Gates, his real name, equals 201. Go figure, if you didn't know that, right? And what was I gonna say? Basically, it's showing you what they're doing for what's forthcoming, because they show you all these simulations that they're doing, right? So they do cyber attack ones, power cut ones, and of course they've got, you know, if you eat the wrong food, whether it's bat, whether it's you know, something that formulated in cow, you know, cow disease, or a pig, and then they'll show you, and then they'll also show you how the news will counter those that actually use their brain, and then obviously they'll call us crazy people and conspiracy theorists, and then 2-2s, they'll make things fact after certain things go on, and then a year, 2 years later, I'll be sitting here like, you know, the meme with Leonardo DiCaprio pointing, saying, oh yeah, we told you it was a fact, and then now the news is saying, well, actually, blah blah blah, and rare tear tear, and it's like, you know what? You lot are just a bunch of shit cunt bastards. They're cunts. Oh my goodness. So again, 142, 14 weeks and 2 days, yeah. C virus, 142, you know. Terrorist, 142. Stabbing, 142. If you do that date for next year, 2026, you get 8 months and 3 weeks with an overhang of 4 days as well. Again, 4 represents foundation as well as death, but of course, we know murder equals 83. Look up the song by the Police called Murder by Numbers, which came out in 1983. Look up the movie with Sandra Bullock. Does her name equal 38 or 83? And the movie called Murder by Numbers, they released it like, you know, 3 months, 8 days, or 8 months, 3 weeks, either before or after her birthday. Again, a huge actress. Everybody knows Sandra Bullock. Again, her name equates to etc., yada, yada, yada. And if you look up one of the movie posters for the movie that came out in 2002 called Murder by Numbers, they changed the letter E to a 3 and the B to an 8. But don't. Again, murder equals 38 and 83. Death equals 38. And all the other killing stuff that we just spoke about, right? Tirelessly over and over again. So I can close that now, where I am. Now we're going to go to Cameron. So again, if you're on the community wall post, go to my second to last post. You know, it's not hard to find. And this just popped up randomly, right? So I was looking at other shit, doing a little decode, all right, here and there, doing a little decodes, and this just popped up as I'm watching YouTube. So Fox 5 archive, right? Again, we're on the first slide, 1 of 9. We're going to quickly go through these. We may touch some other situation reveals that I've already got here. That's been queued up, but I haven't gone live with those, you know, dates or thumbnails that I've already got there that you can see on my channel live tab. Anywho, so rapper Cameron in 2005, October 24th, that's when the news was, you know, doing its rounds about what happened on the 23rd, which was on Sunday, 2 a.m. Apparently he got shot after, I think, did the bullets catch him? I think he said the bullets caught him, maybe 1 or 2 in his arm, blah, 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 blah. But we're going to get to why it's kind of suspicious. And was it a don't want to say humiliation ritual as such, but was it just a, because you know, like I like to keep up certain like personas and what's going on in the hood, and you know what I mean? Because remember, not all rappers are actually hood. Not saying he wasn't, because you know I don't know his resume or his CV or something. But I'm saying those that control the shebang, the Jesuit order, right? They have to keep up certain looks and personas and characters, right? A lot of these individuals aren't bad. They might have started to try and be bad because they've got to keep up the look. Now that, you know, they signed the contract, maybe they didn't want to, you know, off their brother or their sister, you know what I mean? So it's got to be even extra, you know what I mean? They've got to keep it up. A certain look. Just can't get it together, be on a straight and narrow. Again, as I pointed out in the UK, look at flipping Nines the rapper. What are the odds that when he got bagged and tagged at, I don't know, what is it, Gatwick Airport, 63 days before his birthday, and he just came out with Crop Circle 3. And Crop Circle 3, if you write that out, that equates to 63, like cannabis equals 63, and then he gets bagged and tagged via having cannabis, you know, on his persons at the airport 63 days before his birthday. Like, what are the odds of that? You made how much money doing your thing? Like, pretty sure that you can get stuff abroad without having to take stuff or plug stuff or under your armpit or get your gal or a gal to put it somewhere in some orifice or under a tit. I don't know. I'm just saying, when you're on certain levels, you've got connects to do certain stuff, or it's not hard for you to find certain connects when you go foreign. You know what I mean? So my point is, you just got off of how much weed situation that was a big thing in the news. Oh, Nigel's gone down, right? How much weed? Like how many kilos and boom, 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 boom. Then you get out, right? Then you're making more Crop Circle stuff, but then you're getting bagged and tagged at the airport for, I don't know how much weed it was, whether it's an eighth, whether it's a half ounce, I don't know. I'm just saying, like, what are you doing? So then you have to say, okay, is this like, even though it might look like, oh, he's not under, you know, he looked like he's, dare I say, self-made and doing his own thing. Are they really? Or is it just happen to be all organic? I don't know. As I'm saying, over here, we look at things in a multifaceted way. I'm never always 100% either there or there. Obviously, sometimes you can distinguish and say, wow, that was definitely boom, 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 for whatever the case may be. But obviously, sometimes we're like, okay, is that all organic or is there something else going on there? I don't know. So again, you be the judge of the videos are there, you know what I mean? Probably visual ones as well, so feel free to look yourself up and find those. Now for Cameron, this American rapper, right? He basically moved from, I think, Jay-Z, you know, that other scumbag that goes out with that scumbag bitch, satanic cunt. They're all cunts, satanic cunts. Jay-Z and Beyonce, right? So anyway, he was with Rockefeller. Again, I rock hoes, no, I don't rock fellas. Hey, shout out to Nas because my man got Kiefered by Nas. I rock hoes, y'all rock fellas. I can't remember it all now because I ain't even thought of those lyrics for time. And now you want to take my spot, fellas? Feel these hot rock fellas. Was it? Hit you for the drop shot, fellas. I can't remember what he says. In the palm bounce of my rocks, fellas. Oh, I can't remember it all. I'm trying to think of it. It's not coming back to my mind. Probably cut the stream off and then bam. Oh my God, it all comes back. You know that happens. No, I might have to listen to that though. Is that Stillmatic, right? I might have to go through some of that because that had some dub plates on there. Anyway, so he left them to Jay-Z's though, Rockefeller. And if you don't know who Rockefeller is, look up Rothschilds, Rockefellers, you know, your Bilderbergs, all these type of fucking people, whatever. And you'll see that that's just not some random name of choice, just like how we had the album called Blueprint that came out. Would that come out on 9/11? Like, did that not come out then? And there's much more that goes with all of that, but I'm sure Jay-Z had an album called Blueprint that came out on 9/11, and there was some other blatant, obvious stuff, right, that goes to show all these people knew what was forthcoming for 9/11, as well as the sleeping populace, because in your subconscious picks up a lot. So even though you didn't realize what Back to the Future or a whole barrage of It could be Red Hot Chili Peppers or something like that on their album cover showing you the playing the Twin Towers. I think it was them. Right? Whatever the case may be, your subconscious picks it all up. Right? But anyway, point is, fuck these people, they're scum. They're worse than scum. Tell me about Sean Diddy, tip of the iceberg, like a fool. Like, my community already forecast something was going to happen to him when he turned 54 years old. And did he get put in prison, what was it, 49 days before his birthday, and Bad Boy 49, or Puffy 49, something like that. And then when the allegations first came out from Cassie, it was 83 days after our birthday, because you were saying, you know, to do with rapist 83. It's like, come on, man, you lot are just long. They like sleep. I'm telling you, they love it. All right. Now, so we changed from Rockefeller to Diplomat Records, Asylum Records, right? I think it's one and the same. Asylum Records, Diplomat Records. So anyway, just note the release date of this. So May 16th. So I'm on slide 2. So May 16th is the release of the song, and then you had the movie called Killer Season that came out 25th of April. So again, in 2005, October 23rd, this is when he gets shot. Yeah, again, if you just joined, go on the community wall post, go on the second to last post. We're going through slides 1 to 9 concerning USA rapper called Cameron. Old school rapper, but he's still about. So he does like a little podcast thing or something. Even I think he does something recently with sports, right? I think he might even merge. I know he was doing something with the rapper called Mace, who Mace used to be hanging around with and do songs with Sean Puffy P. Diddy Coombs. Allow me to tell Mace, yeah? Mace, yeah. Anywho, slide 3. The movie release called Killer Season, 25th of April, right? Now, slide 4. Now, you see the little dots that I put, the little yellow dots. Note the 62 with Killer Cam, yeah? So Cameron's nickname, his other name is called Killer Cam. Hence why he's got the movie and the song called Killer Season. Just note that the 62nd prime is 293. Also, further along, reverse reduction, light blue. You see the 55? Just keep that in mind. So you've got the 55. You're going to see the 293 on the date duration. No, I think it was when the movie or the song released, you're going to see the life lesson of 37, Killer Season. So again, you got the song called Killer Season that goes with the movie called Killer Season, with Cameron in the film, of course. Again, you know, Killer Cam. But anywho, 37. Shooting equals 37 as well. Yeah, so keep this all in mind now. You get shot so many months before the release of this song, the year before, October 2023. I mean, October 23rd in 2005. Also, his first name, Cameron, or his full name, Caffron Gillies or Girls, equals 203. Drop the 0, 23. Yeah? Just hold tight. We're going to get to that in a moment. Yeah, there it is, right in front of my face. Sorry, I was looking away from I was just doing it off the top of my head. I was looking at my window when I was talking. Oh, yeah, there it is. Cameron, third from the bottom, right? So his full name. So 203 in the middle. Now, note the 69 as well with just Cameron. Right? Note the 29 as well. We get back to that. Now we're going to slide over to slide 5. You probably want to tap this one, right? So you can see the fullness of it, right? Oh, actually, yeah, you're going to want to see it all. Sorry. I had to do like a double. So if you tap it to make sure you get the full, you know, landscape of it, right? Now you see that right there? On the left-hand side, or the right side, but the left side with the numerology with the date stuff, right? See that? 5537, and the day numerology is 29. I mean, come on, man. Yeah? So again, shooting 37, of course, there's no doubt in the movie you're gonna have shooting, right? Of course you are. You've got to keep up the persona. There's always shooting. Again, how did all the guns and drugs get to these places in the first place? CIA, FBI? You're all a bunch of cunts. Then you wonder why they're gonna make shows like fucking what's that one in Baltimore? The Wire. And then literally now you've got that in places like what, Philadelphia, you've got that place, what is it, Kensington Street? I don't know if you know in America. There's even places like that in Europe now. is it somewhere in Germany? That they allow you to just get absolutely, you know, whether don't matter what you got, you're allowed on those designated areas, on that strip, or that, in that locale, in those places, you're allowed to, whether you're shooting up meth, you know, whatever it is, you can do your thing. Yeah, they will come around just to see that you're all right, maybe, or help with more syringes, clean syringes, you know what I mean? The health people, or, you know, people like, not, I don't know what they call them though. I'm trying to think of the names of them. Not like the actual hospital, but, you know, like you get like support mechanisms type of stuff. You know what I mean? Anywho, so again, Killer season 37, shooting 37. Again, just going on the right-hand side with the numerology stuff, right? Gunfire 37, firearms 55. Remember, you got the 55 numerology, life lesson of 37. So again, Killer season 37, Gunfire 37. Oh, sorry, Killer season 55 and 37, Gunfire 37. Firearms 55, Gunmen 29. Remember, you got the day numerology. So Gunmen and Gunman. Shooting 37, you see? Easy to see. And of course, gun crime, or, you know, something to take your life away, can cause murder, regardless of, you know, whether it's fists or somebody's using tools, or a car to run you down, or accident, or whatever the case may be. But anyway, from his Krusty Creature, Cameron's Krusty Creature birthday, and he's got the perfect day that they love, because he's got the 42. He's born 4th of February. And we know they love to stamp 42s, 59s, and 213s and such delights on black people. Again, what number's on the spider that bites Miles Morales in Across the Spider-Verse? You know, the cartoon, that did the cartoon recently, right? Miles Morales, Black Spider-Man, whatever. Number 42. Then in the follow-up, he goes to Earth 42. Remember, words like slavery, Negro, etc. Remember, Black History Month is in February, not arbitrary random. It's designated in that time for a reason, right? Ended on the 59th day of the year. Again, nigger 59, slave 59. Long list. Gone over it so many times. Now, the day that it happened on with Cameron, leaves 69 days of the year as of the 23rd of October. And Cameron equals 69. And quickly, his last name equals 83. So again, we just spoke about the 83 connection with his Krusty Creature birthday, and it was, what is it, 8 months, 3 weeks and 0 days. The day that they say Cameron got shot, and if you write out his name how it's supposed to equate to, go back to slide 4 for reference. On the community wall posts, second to last post, 1 to 9 pictures, but we're on slide 4 of 9. Cameron equals 69. So again, US rapper Cameron, on the day that leaves 69 days of the year, allegedly gets shot, and Cameron equals 69. Also 33, because you've got a day numerology of 33 as well. All right, 10 at 23. And then the next day, of course, is, you know, doing this round in the news, right? With 68 days remaining. Here we are talking about a Harlem rapper, because he's from Harlem. Harlem rapper 68. You probably want to have to zoom into this, or just go back to slide 4. But anyway, Harlem rapper 68. So again, the day after, it's going to be going crazy in the news, right? With 68 days remaining. So again, the day happens with 69. Cameron equals 69. Then the days remaining is 68. Cameron Gales equals 68. Is a Harlem rapper, which equals 68. And they say it was a failed carjacking. which equals 69. So go back to the day in question that it happened on, with 69 days remaining of the year as of October 23rd. And they say it was a failed carjacking, and that equals 69. I mean, come on, man. Also, if you look up, they say, what did they say? It did 114,000 in sales with the album. If you go on the wiki, you'll see it 114 with the 000, and failed carjacking equals 114. Go figure. Anywho, I would go on longer, but with other stories, but we'll save that for later on, tonight or tomorrow. Anywho, wholeness, spread love and light, hashtag, don't be a basic beast brainer, but of course, give gracious gratitude, but take no shit.